What is going on, everybody? It is just Ray with Astro DFS, bringing you our Sunday content. I know there was no video yesterday. Didn't think it was that much to talk about with defenses. The injury report. A lot of other sources other than me. Plus, injury reports. Just Sunday before game time is the only time that I feel like the true injury report should go out, just because all those players are going to be finally announced. But we do have an 11 game amazing slate today with so much potential at each position. A lot of lineups that you could build. Probably one of my favorite weeks since like one of the first 3 weeks of just like potential. So yeah, this is pretty much a cash lineup builder. Just throwing some suggestions based off of our likes and dislikes this week. So let's get into it. I think the most expensive quarterback that I'm willing to pay up to this week is Kyler Murray. 6,700, great matchup. And Giants should put up some points with their entire offense basically being back except for Sterling Shepard, but he's got Barkley and Ingram this week to help out Tate. But yeah, running back, I think Leonard Fournette is probably one of my favorite plays. There's a lot of other options up here. David Johnson, maybe. I'd rather go, 200 more, pay for Dalvin Cook, who is a very, very good matchup. But we'll go down. And there's a lot of people at these prices that look good. You got Ingram against Seattle, a really good matchup. Aaron Jones, in my opinion, has a really good matchup. Todd Gurley, Henderson's going to be his backup, so we might see some more Gurley action. Derrick Henry, pretty good matchup against the Chargers. Coleman, I think Coleman's one of my favorite running backs for this price. Singletary, you just don't know what role he's going to get from coming back from the injury. Matt Breida is probably going to be the first running back. Going to take a little more snaps than Coleman. They might split a 50-50. Both of them have a great matchup. I just like Coleman's touchdown potential. He's gotten 2 touchdowns out of the 3 games he's played this season, and he's got at least 14 points in the 2 games returning, and now he's got a really good matchup. So I see Tevin Coleman just having another great game. Freeman, a lot of people are liking Freeman just because of his price point, and we've seen him get at least 10 points in the last 4 games. 2 games with exactly 18, and then last week with 26, and that's all without touchdowns. Crazy. Atlanta's going to have their full team. Jalen Ramsey's going to be covering Julio, so that pulls a lot of people off of Julio Jones. Keyshawn Johnson playing Minnesota. I'm not too big of a fan on him. Josh Jacobs playing against Green Bay. Oakland still without their top wide receiver. And Josh Jacobs has got at least 17 carries in the last 2 games. 43 carries in the last 2 games to be exact, for over 200 yards and 2 touchdowns. Not to mention he's gotten a couple receptions the last 2 games. He's playing against a Green Bay team. In my opinion, this is probably going to be a low-scoring game. But yeah. And then Joe Mixon just going to get a lot of carries just playing Jacksonville, which kind of gets me off of him. And then if David Johnson doesn't play, definitely Chase Edmonds here at 4,700 brings me a lot of likes. He's gotten over 14 fantasy points in the last 2 games. He's gotten 2 touchdowns in the last 2 games for being the backup. It's pretty good. But I did not want to take Chark right away. We'll put Coleman on there. We don't have a lot of money to spend, so what we're going to do here is we're going to go with the Colts defense, who's probably my favorite cheat defense. Houston's been putting a lot of points on the board, but Colts defense has been holding a lot of teams. So yeah, they have potential there. Not one of my favorite plays. If you want to play the safest defense, Bills or 49ers. But yeah, we'll see. So it gives us a little more salary. Another thing I want to do is I want to get a tight end off the board. Um, I think one of my favorite underrated plays this week is definitely Gerald Everett. He's 3,700 playing in going to be a high scoring game. The two games before, when they just got shut down, he had at least 15 fantasy points in both games. He's become a really good asset to that offense, and I like him over Higbee now. 3,700, just a really good price point to me. But let's just be safe. Go Derrick Henry at 4,000, and then we have 6,100 for these positions. I think one of the safest plays, especially now with one of the receivers being out, is T.Y. Hilton, 5,900. Phenomenal price point, great matchup. We're gonna definitely take Cooper Kupp. I think you have to. You have to this week. You know what? We are going to take DJ Chark. Leaves us with 5,400. Quite a few good plays here, but I think one of the two plays that I want to take, and they're both at the same price point, is either Ridley or Hooper. I'm going to go Ridley. And that is one cash lineup. All right, let's switch it a little. We didn't get any receivers to go with Kyler Murray, but in my opinion, there's just a lot of potential everywhere. So it just goes all over the place. Josh Allen, 6,500, really like him. Let's just go Jared Goff, one of I think the safest plays this week. Let's put Dalvin Cook in there. Like I said, one of my favorite plays. Leonard Fournette, we're gonna put in there. Let's put Cooper Kupp in there. Oh my God, we don't have money. We're gonna do the same thing, guys. We're gonna go all the way and take the Colts defense again. Adds us a little more salary. We're going to go to tight ends. And I think two tight ends, and I got to look. But let's take Knox. Let's take somebody from Buffalo. Really cheap price point. So we have Cooper Kupp up there. Let's go. In this one, we are going to take somebody from Arizona. Christian Kirk, I think we're still waiting for that 90-minute. Isn't expected to suit up. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go knock out Larry Fitzgerald. And we're going to go knock out T.Y. Hilton. Leaves us with 4,100 for a flex. So we faded the San Francisco running backs. Let's go Dante Pettis. The reason why you like Dante Pettis this week is he's starting to get included in the offense just a little more. And the reason we like Dante Pettis, we're going to go to Washington here. We're going to look. They're without Christian Thompson this week. That's Washington. I'm all over the place. Sorry. They're without Deebo Samuel. That's who I was going off of. So Goodwin, definitely going to be their number one, but they need a number two. And Dante Pettis, in my opinion, was a really good play. So not a huge favorite play, but decent enough. All right, that's that lineup, guys. We'll do one more. Let's take Gardner Minshew. A lot of people are high in Gardner Minshew. If I'm going to take Gardner Minshew, I'm not going to take Leonard Fournette. I'm not going to do it. Let's switch it up. Let's go Josh Jacobs. Receivers, we have to add a receiver. We're going to go DJ Chark. No one's going to cover him this week. Let's take T.Y. Hilton. Like I said, his price point's really good. Guys, we're going to spend up. We're going to spend up right here. We're going to take Evan Ingram right there. Defense, we're going to pay up on defense too. We're going to get the 49ers. We're left with 45.50 average per player here. And we're gonna have to get we're gonna get Brandon Cooks. Have to get somebody from that game. Leaves us only with $3,700. So we're just gonna go. Oh man, we did get Brandon Cooks, so that eliminates that. Let's take Cooks out. Let's take Cooks out really quick. Let's spend down spend down a little bit. Let's take Beasley, and then we have 4,400 for a player. No one really stands out. Pettis again, maybe. Maybe we take Darius Slayton. Do we take Slayton? Slayton's there. Renfro's there. Let's take Slayton. This isn't one of my favorite lines. It's just something I threw together really quick just off of likes. So that's if you want to spend up on defense, spend up at the highest tight end, and then spend down at quarterback. So that's it, guys. That's just some cash lines that we threw together, a little lineup builder based off of our likes and dislikes. So let us know who you guys are locking in and who you guys are fading this week. Like I said, a lot of potential everywhere. I think if you score in the 120 to 150, you're easily going to cash this week. I could be wrong. I think there's just so many good plays that there's not going to be as much chalk as there usually is. A lot of injuries went away. So, yeah, let us know locks and fades, guys. Leave a like if you did enjoy the video. Subscribe if you haven't already, and follow us on Twitter. And we will see you in the next video, guys. Thanks for watching.